Wow, these are the first words of my day. Congrats on getting first, Vess. Yeah, good morning. Where are we? Where are you guys? Oh, there we go. I was like, why is the background blurry? That's strange. It's not supposed to be. Good morning. Hi, Ridgeway. Hello. Warm up your voice? I know I should. I thought about doing that too. I know that, like, what people recommend is before you start streaming that you actually go and warm up your voice. You actually go and start screaming. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, do vocal exercises. And clearly I haven't been doing that, which I should. We don't need that. Astray, hello, welcome in. Yapping is a good way to warm up the voice. Going raw. I love how we need context for that. I mean, that is exactly what we are doing every single day. We're going in raw every single morning. Actually, there were some times when I did get a chance to warm up my voice, but today is not one of those days. I usually do it when it's a little bit more brighter outside, a little bit more sunnier, when the sun is out. Sometime in the spring and summer, maybe fall, but it's hella cold outside. It's really freaking cold. You go raw every time. Sorry. Good morning. Good morning, chicks. Found you your Twitch now before saw you on Twitter. Oh, I feel like a lot of people are finding me on Twitter. But welcome in. Hi, Astray. I thought about this for a little bit, right? Just because a few days ago I logged back into Twitter and I was like, you know what? Maybe I won't post art on Twitter, but maybe I'll just like put up random updates. But it's not going to be as... I'm not going to be as active on Twitter as I am on Blue Sky. GE, what does that mean? Good evening. Oh, I just answered my own question. I'm gonna start doing that from now on. Every morning I come into stream GM, GE, and GN. Good evening, good morning, good evening, good night. It is probably evening for a lot of people here. The Twitter to Twitch pipeline is real. It is, and I know a lot of people here found me through art as well. Just through me posting art. And a lot of times it's through fan art. So I have sat down before and I go, maybe I should draw more fan art. I need the algorithms to work in my favor, but it's not really working. Mark my word, like, it's not working right now. But it takes a lot of willpower for me to draw fan art. In 10 years, there will be no sentences typed in complete words. Oh my goodness! I was talking to a child a few weeks ago. Okay, she's not a child anymore. She was a child. She's technically still a child. She's going into college, okay? She's on her first year of college. And we were having a conversation and she was going, yeah, like, who the fuck even reads anymore? Like, nobody reads. I hate reading. I'd rather not write anything either. And I was like, try not to put my head in my hands. Because I guess that's what it's like for the newer generations. They don't really need to. Everything is audio in audio form. Everything is in video form. Reading and writing, what the hell is that? All you have to do is move your mouth and speak, right? How old are people when they go to college? Like 18? At least where I am. I've seen something shortened as shake my head, and no, you cannot do that. There's another one that really confused me. CTFU. They're my age. You're a child now, Ridgeway. What is CTFU? I always get so confused. Like, nobody can answer me, right? Okay, hold on. We're gonna go on Google right now. I googled this. I googled what CTFU was, and then I forgot what it was. It's cracking the fuck up. And it's like another way of saying like LMAO, apparently. But there's already another acronym for STFU, which is like shut the fuck up, right? But they're totally complete different meanings. They're not the same. Hello, Knight with a Gun. Hello, lore guy. Yeah, new emotes. They've been out for a while. They're my gift to you guys for the New Year's. New Year, new emotes. Crack up? Well, that sort of makes sense. It does, right? Sometimes I have to like remember that some of you guys are like a little younger, because I'm just auntie. You guys are allowed to call me auntie. If you're below a certain age, you're allowed to call me auntie. I'm about to CTF you at a vest. Crack the fuck up. It means LMFAO or LMAO. I am unk status. I am. A lot of you guys are very young. A lot of you guys are way younger than me. I'm just an old hag. I'm just a grandma. I'm just grandma. You're 7. I've said this before, Knight with a Gun. Any whiff of you being under 16, I am banning you. Like, no hesitation, okay? So you can't joke about that. You can't joke that you're 7, because the moment you say anything, I'm gonna ban you, like, almost immediately. But it's just a good thing. I know what age you are, Knight with a Gun, even though I didn't want to know what age you are. I just do. And I know you're not 7. And I know you are at least 16. What's the required age to call Ark an auntie? If you're like under 25. If you're under 25, you're allowed to call me auntie. If you're under 21, you have to call me grandma. Oh, shite. Unk Ark? I'm more like Hag Ark. I don't do a lot of things that unks do. But I do a lot of things that, yeah, that grandma does. If you claim to be under the age of TOS, you're getting kicked out of here. You're gonna be banned. Yeah, you're gonna be put into baby jail until you're no longer in baby jail until you reach a certain age. Backup phone died. Oh, welcome back, soy boy. Yeah, I'm just grandma. I'm just aunt. Putting responsibility on the mods to ban. Yeah, I told Clock, and I told Oh My God, I said any whiff of a child, the moment you smell a child, you're out of here. You're out of here instantly. You're not allowed to come back until you reach a certain age. I know there's like a lot of people who are like my age or older here too, which is like 5,000 years old. But at the same time, yeah, we smell the children from like 5 miles away. They smell like piss and poop. Ark is 5,001 exactly. 5,001 years old. I've been living for a long time. What? Yeah, the whiff of a child. Have you not smelt them? They smell like shit. They've been out there rolling in the mud. Actually, no, I lie. These days, kids are not out. They're not outside anymore. They're all indoors on their freaking iPads. They smell like their own BO because they haven't showered in days. Hello, Ara. Welcome in. Hello, hello. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good dawn, good... What is it? What's the other one? Good dusk, good midnight. Nobody says this. Hello. Why are you dying, Euro? Okay, yeah, I can't actually smell children. My nose is actually... The senses in my nose is not that great. Because I am an old lady, and when you get older, all of your senses do start dulling. Your eyes get worse, your nose, your smell gets worse, your hearing gets worse, and then it gets to a point where it's like, yeah, I can't sense anything anymore, and I'm just living. I'm just potato. I'm just a walking potato, if I can even walk. Youth won't get off their electronic devices. I mean, I feel like it's been like that forever, actually. Even though the kids nowadays, they have their iPads and their internet, back then everybody had their consoles. Like, kids would bring their GBAs, their Game Boy Advances, their Game Boy Colors to restaurants and diners and out there. Or they would bring their, I don't know, their other digital devices with their retro screens, like their Digivices and their Tamagotchis. If you guys remember that, remember those days? If you were even alive. Hi, Merc. Happy planetary rotation state. Yes, you too. Happy weekly celebration of the cursed day ball. What is that? The day ball? Oh, like Earth. Welcome in, Mark. I love your greetings. Every time I'm always surprised. I'm always surprised by it. Your fake ID? No, it's my real ID, soy boy. What's your real age? I'm guessing 500? No, that is my real age. I'm 5001. 5001 years old. I was 5000 when I started streaming, and then we all celebrated my birthday, which was like... I started streaming on June 1st, 2004. No. What the hell was it? No, I guess I turned 5000 on my birthday. I started streaming June 9th, 2004. And then in 2005, I turned to 5001 years old. And this year, I'm gonna be 5002. Good morning, hi Shiro. Good night to you. I love how you just take... I love how the fact that you do take your time to come in here to say hi, but it's like your bedtime. This is the time where you're supposed to close your eyes. It's nice to see you, though. Sorry. Speaking that in the Australian accent. Good morning. I found my Tamagotchi the other day. Of course, the battery was dead, but it was still a hell of a nostalgia trip. I still have 3 of them. With my sister. I had them sitting on my desk because I really like my Tamagotchis. I have a fascination towards Tamagotchis. And it's not just a nostalgia thing. I just think there's like a... I like having that sense of responsibility as long as it's not too much of a responsibility, right? Like watering plants. Having plants around. Having cats. But I don't like too much responsibility, like having kids. Like, I want a good amount. And with Tamagotchis, I can just drop it at any time. I can be like, okay, now I'm busy. Now I don't want to deal with this. I'm just gonna put it aside, turn it off, and then never touch it again. With cats, it's also like, if I really wanted to, I could get a self-feeder. I already have a water fountain, so that's not too much work. I just have to clean it every, like, 2 to 3 weeks. But cats are super easy to as like, you know, maintenance and everything too. They're very low maintenance pets, and so I'm like, this is perfect for me because I'm a very busy person as well. Plant mom kind of, yeah, plant mom, cat lady. That's me. But if you close your eyes. What do you mean by that, Bess? The Game Boy days, not ashamed to admit I was one of those youngins that stared at a screen in restaurants. I think I might have been one too. I might have been one too. But now I make an effort to not even take out my phone when I am outdoors in a restaurant, because I feel like it's one of the most disrespectful things that you can do to the people that you're meeting up with. Like, imagine you're like, oh, let's all meet up in a restaurant, hang out, catch up, and then like next thing you know, someone's like on their phones playing a gacha game, and I just go, then what's the point? Right? What's the point of you and us being here if you're just gonna be on your phone playing games? You could do that at home. There's like a little bit of disrespect that I find out of that, and my impression of you does go down. For me. What if we meet up to play games? That's different. That's a little bit different. But at the same time, you could just play games behind your monitor at home and just head on into Discord, go into the voice chats, talk to each other there instead of being outside in public. Funnily enough, I'm now the only one in my family who doesn't pull out my phone. I actually try so hard. I have it in my pocket, and then I have this like urge every so often to just like put my hand in my pocket, and I'm like feeling my phone, and I'm like, don't take it out, Ark. Don't take it out. And so I don't. Like, I have to like tell myself not to. Sometimes I accidentally do it. Sometimes I do end up taking it out, but good thing I have a flip phone. I have the Samsung Flip Z, and so to actually use my phone, I have to flip it open, and so that's another layer of protection for me, because I go, okay, first it's the act of taking it out of my pocket, and then the second act is flipping it open. So then afterwards I go, okay, as long as I don't flip it open, it's fine. I just leave it on the table, and I'll stay there forever, or if anything, I'll put it back into my pocket. It's very difficult. It's very difficult. You told Shiro to close her eyes or something? I did, yeah. Is he finally gone? No? No, he's not. Shiro's still here. Shiro didn't say goodnight, so I'm gonna guess that Shiro is still here. I predate Game Boys, but even I will put my phone out and read while waiting. I guess if you're waiting, if there's nothing happening, like, I will be like, okay, sure. Okay, sure. You know what? Go ahead. Right? Like, there's no problem with that for me. But if someone is speaking and someone's telling a story and someone's sharing their life updates, it's like, yeah, just put that shit away. Put it away. Smartphone, in my case, it's how I'm able to lurk here. That's true. I know a lot of you guys are on your phones. A lot of you. I do that too, actually, because when I watch my streams, or not my streams, when I watch other people's streams, I have my phone out so that I can do laundry, fold laundry, do other things, wash dishes, or I'm eating or doing something while I am watching a stream. I'm not always at my PC. I'm not always at my computer. Mobile user here? Heck yeah. But also, you know, Twitch needs better updates for the mobile app. It's not... I'm always finding issues with it. There are times when I can't even chat. Like, it's like chat is connecting, and then it's just a... You just see the constant connecting, and then it never connects. It never does. Oh, have a good lurk, Ravi and Marchie. I missed that. Hello, Fallen Knight. Hope I'm not too late. You're too late. Stream's ending! I'm kidding. I just started. Welcome in. GMGE and GN. Good morning, good evening, good night. Twitch Mobile has horrible issues. It does. It does, and we've never gotten any fixes for it. They've never really addressed the fact that it could be a bug. Nobody has throw surface. Hello, welcome in. They've never addressed the fact that this was an issue. But if any of you have worked in tech before, I sort of understand what is going on. Because eventually down the line, you're gonna have like 60 bugs in the system. Or maybe more. There's gonna be so many. And then you have to prioritize what is important. And if something is sometimes working and sometimes not working, but it's not detrimental to, you know, logging in and using the app, like you can still use it. They're gonna put it down the list, like lower in the list, and they're not really gonna touch it. They don't have the time. And sometimes like people can't figure out why it's an issue anyway. Like I think it's the troubleshooting part that you gotta do. It's like, how do I reproduce it? I can't. I don't know how. It just sometimes I'm able to reproduce it, sometimes I'm not able to. So it's the person doing the reproducing the bug reports that's trying to figure out exactly what is causing the disconnection. And if they can't figure it out, it's never going to reach the dev team. So when you report bugs, you have to be like, when I do this and I do this, this happens. Like it has to be a step by step in order to reproduce this issue. Whenever I don't know, close out the app, put it in the background, open it up again, chat doesn't want to connect. And if you can constantly reproduce that same issue over and over again, that's when the devs will take it and work on the issue. And that's the most annoying part of bug fixing. It's the reproducing aspect of it. Once you're able to figure it out, it's fine. It's all good. It's pretty easy to solve it. But like, it could take weeks to months to even years to reproduce something. Intermittent faults are terrible to troubleshoot. Yeah, that's true. Anyone in corpo tech might know what I'm talking about. I did grow up fixing tech. Like manual or like hardware, right? Anyways, troubleshooting is always annoying. And it's not, I guess it's not just tech. Like you guys have, some of you guys were there during my Blender streams. I was trying to figure out why I couldn't connect one face to another face properly without creating a shit ton of weird looking vertices. But we did finally figure it out. Look how late app gets the new updates. They clearly don't think it's priority. Yeah, they're probably looking at the amount of users on mobile versus the amount of users on PC. And they're going, oh, the amount of users on mobile is very insignificant in comparison to PC users. So we're not going to prioritize them. It's just how it is. I was half asleep, but I have vague memory of bridge being the solution. It is, yeah, it was the loop bridge. That was the solution. You're right, Moogie. Azazel, hello. Thank you for the follow. Welcome in. I love troubleshooting. VIRT, what is that? If you guys ever submit bug reports, though, if you guys ever do submit bug reports to any sort of application or any sort of game, software, tech-related thing, the devs will love you forever if you're able to give them the steps to reproduce it. Like, and you're able to reproduce it like often, consistently, with your steps. Because if you don't do that, then your issue might never be solved. Even sleeping, I am listening. But Moogie, you're not getting your proper sleep in. Like, you need your proper rest where you actually shut your entire body down and not be listening to anything. Like, you have to go into deep sleep, REM sleep, or something like that. REM sleep. Deep sleep, REM sleep? One of those. I don't know. Get yourself one of those health devices and then track your sleep. Am I getting good sleep today? That's what the doctor told me. Recently learned how important sleep is to remove the last layer of fat I'm trying to remove. Yeah, everything's connected. Everything in your body's connected. Sleep is connected to health, to your immune system, to your stress levels. Getting enough nutrients they're all connected. There's like certain nutrients that you can't absorb in your body if you don't get certain vitamins in. Because different vitamins help you absorb different nutrients. So if you're missing one thing, you're not going to get another thing in. So like you need everything. Everything's interconnected. Everything just weaves together. It's like a giant circle. And if one part of the puzzle is missing, suddenly everything just collapses. I can't sleep without white noise or else my mind goes, well, I'll go somewhere else. That happens to me too. You're not alone, Marchie. I have to put up a stream sometimes at night in order for me to sleep. I'm like, I need noise. I don't care what it is. Either whether it is someone talking, whether it is white noise, whether it is a movie. I need something in the background to help me sleep. Sometimes I'm able to do it, but most of the time I need some sort of noise, which is why it's so easy for me to sleep on public transport, because of the rumbling of the trains or the buses. That lulls me to sleep. It's a bit like white noise, or being inside a cafe where everyone around you's talking, but like in a soft voice. Not one of those loud cafes, but like a soft one. And then like that makes me sleepy. I've been conditioned, I guess maybe because when I was a baby dragon, my parents would put music up. They would put music up while I am sleeping, and then that way I would be able to sleep better, and I wouldn't I wouldn't like cry, I wouldn't yell at them, I wouldn't tell them to wake up. Do this. Whoop. Fell asleep on the bus one time and woke up downtown. I've done something similar where I've been on a bus, fell asleep, woke up, everyone was already off the bus, and I had to go up to the bus driver and ask him where we're going. And he said I already missed the last stop. So he's just making a loop around. So he's just going around the city in a loop. So he's like, you gotta wait for the next round. He's like, don't worry, I'm not just gonna stop and leave you on the bus. He said he's gonna go back, but like it took me double the amount of time to get to where I wanted to go because I fell asleep. Namir, hello, welcome in. Howdy. Hello JD, good morning. I can't sleep while traveling myself. Sometimes it's scary because it's like you don't know if there's weird people out. If you live in a dangerous neighborhood, you probably don't want to be sleeping on public transport. At least you get good sleep. It was because I got bad sleep that I had to sleep on public transport. That was when I was still in school. And I was working a job and also taking classes at the exact same time. So I was so exhausted because sometimes my assignments would make me stay up for the entire night and I wouldn't get any sleep at all. So I'd be like, all right, on my way to class, let me just sleep on public transport, and then I would miss class. And then I dropped out because I was like, I have a job. Why am I doing this? As soon as I sit in a car and not driving, I pass out. In the passenger seat? Sleeping when you're traveling alone is bad? Yeah, but like you just put on a hoodie and you like cover your head and you're all good. It really depends on where you are. Because where I am, it's not that bad. If you're where you are, right? It might be because, I don't know, different countries, different places have different people and different types of communities. What did you do? I slept on a bus. Hi, Namir. Nothing exciting, just bus sleeping. Just bus sleeping and then missing my stop. That's all. That's all it is. I really, really want to live in a city where there is way better public transport. Like, I want to... The problem with where I am right now is the bus routes and the train routes and everything is kind of it's not the best, right? Because if you miss a stop, you kind of just have to go all the way around. But in one of the cities I used to live in, if you miss one thing, there's like all these other options of you to get back to where you need to go. But not here. It's a little bit... There's only one bus for one stop. Kind of, yeah. Yeah, that's how it is. Wear shades, sleep while sitting upright so they can't see your eyes. I just cover my head with a hoodie. I met for work. What did you do? Oh, I worked at a machine shop. I actually, while I was in school there, I worked in multiple jobs. My first jobs were in the food industry. I worked in multiple food industry, like food shops. Wasn't just one. Moved around everywhere. And then afterwards, my first 9-to-5 job, that's not a part-time, was at a machine shop. And I was working as a machine operator with CNC and lathing machines and ED. What are they called? The electronic wire things, the wire cutters? EDC? So I did a lot of that. So it's a lot of just standing around, making sure that the parts are being cut. Injection molding, all of that stuff. I wanted to say EDM, but I'm like, that's electronic music, isn't it? And then afterwards, from that, everyone at my workplace was like, it's such a waste for Ark to work at a machine. So they're like, why don't we get Ark to work in the office instead? No. Yeah, in the office instead. Or at least doing another job, because I was just standing around doing nothing. And so they got me to do like QA, and then I became like the warehouse manager and then the shipping manager. And because I was already doing that, they're like, well, you kind of already know the ins and outs of everything. And I was like talking to the delivery drivers too. Like I had a pretty good relationship with all the delivery drivers. There was one delivery driver that kept like buying me food all the time, and it was like hilarious because he would get all the kid stuff. Like he would buy the kids' meals. And then he would buy a cookie with a smiley face on it. How old were you? I was in college. Like he would buy like the donuts with the rainbow sparkles and everything. And I'm like, I'm not in, like I don't eat this shit. But he would still get me all the like the baby stuff anyway. It was really funny. Then eventually I started working in administration. So I was doing payroll, I was doing like schedules, announcements. I was basically HR at one point as well. Like it's administration for that company was basically everything that you can think of in an office. So I was doing like restocking of like tissue papers and pens and stuff like that. And eventually I was like, I can't do this anymore. I don't like working in factories. I really don't, especially when it's pretty dangerous. It's a very dangerous job because I remember I wasn't doing this part, the machine operations anymore, but they didn't have a lot of safety procedures that the employees should be doing. Like there was a lack of equipment, safety equipment. I remember almost electrocuting myself on one of the breakers because there was no sign saying that you shouldn't be touching any of the knobs on the breaker. It was like a live wire. It was like 400 volts. And then I remember all the machines at the time were like 20 years old, right? And there wasn't a lot of cleaning maintenance as well in the machines. And I remember one of the control panels stopped working, so they brought in a new control panel for the wire cutter. Is it EDM? And they were like, here, Ark, install it. and it was a new control panel for an older model. It was a new control panel like that just came out a year ago. That's meant for a new model of a machine, and they wanted me to install that on a 20-year-old model. And so I'm going, oh my god, all the wire colors are different. There's no instructions on how to install it because it comes with a plug. You're supposed to plug this entire control panel into the machine. There's no plug on the old machine, on the 20-year-old machine, because it's all like connected through wires. So I had to cut the plug off the new control panel, take each individual wire, connect each individual wire to the actual machine. It was a lot of like, and I had I wasn't an electrician, by the way. I didn't have any license, so it was a lot of trial and error. And every time I turned it on, I just had to make sure that it wasn't smoking. Because I remember the first time I got it on the second try, because I'm like, I think this wire goes here. Like, I was kind of doing a little bit of calculations, right, where the screens are supposed to go, where the electricity was supposed to go into the wires and whatnot. The first time when I first turned it on, the machine started smoking. I was like, we gotta turn it off as quick as possible because I don't want this to blow up. And then the second time we got it to work. So that was a headache and a half, because we didn't have the proper like supplies and pliers as well. So I was stripping wires with my bare hands. And I was like, I'm not doing this again. I hate this so much. I hated it so much. The other thing about the machines were that the wire cutting machines, there's basically electricity going through the wires to cut the metals. And there's a coolant at the bottom to cool the machine. And that also cools the wire so it doesn't like blow up, right? It doesn't catch on fire. But coolant is liquid, okay? And electricity flows through liquid. So I was constantly shocking myself when I was replacing the parts, because we didn't have any like insulated gloves that we were using. Like, we were using gloves, but they were like cloth gloves, which didn't do anything. It kept your hands from getting dirty because the metal parts that you're cutting produces a lot of little particles that come out. Like, it's a bit like goopy sand. That's what it is. It's like wet sand, right? There's a lot of like dust that flies out. So it prevents your hands from getting dirty, but it doesn't prevent electricity shocking you. So I was constantly getting shocked from this electricity. The light is growing. Hello, Liberator. Welcome in. Yeah, so there's a lot of safety issues with the entire factory that I was working at, and I was like, I don't want this. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to deal with this. And when auditors came in, I had to explain to them like all the procedures that were happening, but I wasn't like leadership, so I didn't have really much of a voice. And plus I was really young. Like, imagine I just got out of college, or I just dropped out of college. I was still like, I don't know. I'm not gonna name my age, but I was pretty young at the time. Young human age. In human ages. So I left, and then I started working with all of the experience that I had working in administration, with picking up phone calls, talking to clients, emailing clients. I went into tech support, and from there I started moving up in the company as well. So yeah, those are some fun times. 2021, maybe? Human age? You know what age you are when you're at college arc? Like, yeah, 4,900 something. How you got into design? I was designing when I was a kid, when I was a child. Like, I worked on multiple different designs. I did engineering design as well with AutoCAD and Rhino. So I was designing the actual injection molding parts for the machines as well. But then I decided not to do that because I hate numbers. I hate calculations. So I didn't do that anymore. I stopped. They tried to push me into doing more of the designing training when I was working in the factory, but I was like, I don't want to do this. What if you're a genius who got into college at 12? What was your major? I majored in a very general tech and design program, which integrated technology and design together. So it was wearable technology. We were working with robotics. We were working with software. So like it is very general. And that's why I dropped out, because I'm like, this is too general and I'm not creating a portfolio out of this. If I were to graduate, there's nothing for me to show that's good enough to be hired into a company. If you're talking about art though, Mugi, I've been drawing ever since I was like a child, so it was just a hobby. It was a hobby for me as a child all the way up until now, and I still draw. I still draw every day. I don't know if a 12-year-old is ready for college. Even if they have the genius, like a very, like if they were a prodigy, if they have the brains for it, I think a lot of college is not just about learning things, but it's also about communications and working in projects. So I imagine a 12-year-old will struggle in certain aspects of that because they don't have the life experience to work with other people. Like essentially what college is doing is that they're trying to get you ready for a job. Most of the time. They're like, this is what's going to happen in the work field. This is what you're going to have to do. But like a 13-year-old, or a 12-year-old, once they graduate, they still won't have the life experience to work with other adults. Terrence Tao was 14. Did he graduate college at 14? If I was a company as well, I would be very hesitant to hire someone who's like 16 or even 18 for like a very senior role. Entry level, maybe, but entry level is like tech support, assistant jobs. He started uni classes at 9. Terrence would have to be really good at talking for that. Like his parents would have had to been like, here you go, learn how to speak like an adult. Because at 9 years old, most kids are still going, haha, pee pee poo poo, I'm gonna laugh at genital jokes. Right? So there's still a lot of maturing in that aspect. But who knows? I don't know who Terrence is. I've never talked to him. The best mathematician of our time, like the Terrence Tao. That's interesting. I knew a person who graduated in mathematics, and you can't really do anything with a degree. So he kept going, and then he got a PhD in mathematics. And then with that PhD, he just taught students how to do math. So he went into college to do math, and then ended up working in the college. Like, it's hard. It's hard to find anything with a degree in just math. What if he does like genital jokes? I mean, I'm not saying that's bad. I'm not saying that's bad, but it's like, come on, man. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You laugh at that when you're 5. teaching math seems like a soul-crushing existence. I never asked if you enjoyed it. I've been doing that for decades. Yeah, just numbers. Your entire life is numbers. But I mean, it already is. Our entire lives is already numbers, and I'm trying to get away from it. God, I hate calculating things. I'm trying to get away from Microsoft Office because it's so freaking expensive. And I started using another software called Obsidian, and I know you can have like plugins and stuff for different templates. I've been trying to find one that works like Excel, but I'm still like running around like a headless chicken trying to figure out exactly how to do it. It's 2 times 2, 18. With art, you got different types of math. Yeah, you do. You do, but my life isn't just math, right? Like, I've got other things that I gotta figure out too. Everybody needs a budget book as well. Like, I definitely do. Since I am not working 9 to 5 anymore, I have to actually look at if I can survive on whatever money I currently have, and like that's why numbers are important for me, even though I hate it. Was about Obsidian. It's like an open source note-taking application, but you can download and install plugins into it. It's all community driven. All the plugins are made by Obsidian's community, and those plugins can do different things. Like, you can add a calendar in there. There's different features. I actually don't know too much because I didn't do enough research on this yet, so I can't really say much, but I do love open source communities and open source applications because it allows us to customize our things a little bit more, kind of like Linux, but for note-taking. It's an excellent note-taking and mental tracking program. Yeah, exactly. That's what I heard. So I'm like, all right, goodbye, Office. I don't want you anymore. I'm gonna grab Obsidian, and I don't really need Office at all. It's like, if you need a specific feature from Office, it's like, yeah, get it. Kind of like Adobe, where it's like Adobe After Effects is one of the only applications out there that does what it does. So at that point, you're like, oh yeah, I have to pay for an Adobe subscription. But because I open up Microsoft Office like once every 2 months, and I'm like, it's not worth it for me to keep paying for it. I think it's like, what, $50 a year or something like that? 50 something. And then it can go up in packages, and I'm like, I'm not gonna do that. I don't need it that often. FOSS? What is that? The backbone of Linux. Vex, you're like the Linux person. I feel like you would know almost everything. I haven't gotten back into Linux ever since my issue with VGen and PayPal, because I was so distracted, and after that I'm just working on commissions. So my other PC is just sitting there with its Linux installed, and it's like screaming at me every so often, going like, hey, remember to turn me up, turn me back on. Free open source software. Yeah, free and open source software. I don't know what that is. My voice, Zoo. I'm good mode. Linux is free open source software. That's what it stands for. You can tell that I am I have no idea what acronyms are. CTFU, what the hell is that? Linux Obsidian is not FOSS, but it's too nerdy topic. Oh, didn't know that. I still need to look into Obsidian a little bit more because I don't know what it is. I guess the plugins are open source. I guess anybody can just add plugins in, so it's kind of open source, not too much. I don't know. What is considered open source? Did he not drink coffee? How did he know? It's like, it's been sitting in front of me. My coffee cup has been sitting in front of me, but I haven't taken a sip. I will now. Linux is kernel, not OS. See, you guys are confusing me now. I'm not very tech literate. My brain is going, isn't kernel an OS? Which it probably isn't. But everything's confusing. There's still a lot of learning for me. Wow, first sip of coffee in the day. My oil, yeah. Take a sip of my oil, my fuel. I wasn't calling it an OS when I said just free open source software, right? Did I call it an OS? Now we're getting really techie. Linux is shorthand for the general distro umbrella. Unix is the kernel. So it goes from Unix at the very top, and then Linux, and then every other distro goes at the bottom, like Pop OS or Ark or whatever it is. Ubuntu. Hello, Ovpill. Welcome in. Good evening. Something like that. I kind of figured you didn't drink with how rough your voice was. Yeah, my voice was getting really hoarse because I didn't have any liquids in. It's better now, right? Ah. All this kernel talk? What does corn have to do with this? I love corn. I used to hate corn. I love corn now. I used to throw up when eating corn. Like, I don't know if you guys have experienced this, but if you've ever threw up before eating a certain food, as you get older, right? Every time you see that food, you're gonna want to throw up. So it becomes like this, and you've like conditioned your body somehow to like every time you see a certain thing, you want to throw up because you threw up before, and your brain's like, I don't like that thing because that thing made me throw up before. And so for the longest time, I couldn't eat corn. I couldn't eat corn because that made me throw up, and then I couldn't eat pomegranate because pomegranate just looked like corn. And then I couldn't eat oyster either because the oyster shell made me want to throw up, in which I think I did throw up at one point. And because pomegranates, they were really bad because pomegranate had that little, like that shine to all of the seeds that reminded me of oyster, and then it had the same little kernels that looked like corn. It was like the mix of the two, and so every time I saw pomegranate, I was like, that looks gross and it looks nasty, and my brain did not like it, and I wanted to run to the toilet and just throw up everything in my stomach. Are we learning about open source now? Open source code is not always... So what it means is that the source is open and you can build and view the code, right? It doesn't mean that the program is free because code has certain licenses which can restrict your rights, but usually free in terms of freedom. Usually imply the source must be open. Okay, so open source just means free code, but not free application. And the kernel alone is not an OS. It needs applications, GUIs, and stuff. For what people call Linux, those applications are provided by the GNU project. Okay, Linux is a kernel, and the applications are the OS. I get it now, but I think a lot of people get that confused too, because every time someone talks about Linux, they're like, yeah, it's an operating system. Okay, that's interesting. So then what does Windows run off of? If Windows is the OS, what's the kernel? What is it? Answer me now. Microsoft's own kernel that doesn't really have a name. Okay, we're learning things. We're learning. There's no name for it. So it has its own kernel, just without a name, and Windows is the operating system. And so in that case, like, if we're looking at all the distros are the operating systems, essentially. So Ark would be an OS. Pop OS would be an OS. Windows 11 runs off bullshit. Mess really hates Windows. I'm gonna die. I use Ark, by the way. Puts that on a t-shirt. Do all of you guys hate Windows 11? I think it still does what it needs to do. Of course, it's not the best, but it's still doing something. I know it's a little bit slow and there's a lot of bloatware with Microsoft, but still, it still does what it needs to do. But it's just, I did hear that once you install Linux onto your PC, it does run a lot faster because it's lighter, it uses less resources. Every other day I read more bad decisions and I can't fathom how the common folk use it. It's because it's the only thing that's accessible out there that's supported by a big corporation, right? Like, the Linux kernel isn't supported by a big corporation and it's not supported by money. If there's any issues with it, you gotta troubleshoot and solve it yourself, but a lot of common folk out there aren't tech literate enough to be like, I don't know why my computer isn't behaving a certain way. Let me just ask tech support. But hey, you know, Linux doesn't really have its own tech support. I am the tech support. I have to become my own tech support. Unix on the other hand, is a predecessor of Linux and GNU, which is an OS developed in the 90s. Is Unix the first one? Tech companies realize they can't get better, so they make things worse so they could sell updates. You know what one of our lead devs did at my old company? He realized that our entire app was built on spaghetti code because it was old. It was like 10 years old. And he was like, we can't keep trying to band-aid all of these solutions anymore with updates, right? With bug fixes, because you're essentially, every time there's an issue, we're just wrapping it up with another band-aid, and then now it's just a mountain of band-aids on top of the actual issue. And so, without telling anyone, he went home and he developed the entire application from scratch all over again. And he's like, now it's built on a better foundation, and it's now not like a really skinny tree. Now there's a bigger trunk. And then our boss got so mad at him. But we ended up using it. It was great. There are some people who don't know the shortcut for a screenshot. Hey, I don't know mine either. I don't know what mine is. I still don't know what it is. I know I'm gonna have to open up NVIDIA, like the settings menu again, and like try to remember what the screenshot button is, because I don't have a screenshot key on my keyboard. That's me. I'm the one who doesn't know what it is for a screenshot. What, F12? Yeah, Win-Shift-S is for the... I wouldn't really call it to print screen, but it's more of... It's to open the snipping tool on Windows 11. Ark. What? What is it? I do have an F12. I do have a hidden F12. It's a function. I have to use a function key and the plus key on my keyboard, but I do have an F12. It's hidden, but it's still there. The great thing about smaller keyboards is that you can remap your layout, so there's different, what's it called? Like how you have different desktops for your PC, you can have different layouts for your keyboard as well. You just have to flip through them. So I can have a complete, if I press a certain button, I can have a completely new layout for my PC that has newly remapped keys, but I just don't remember what they are all except for, you know, the function keys. Windows Shift S is a way to print screen. There's a bar up top that lets you pick what to screenshot. It opens up my snipping tool. Windows Shift S, which then allows me, the snipping tool is an application that allows me to grab whatever I want to print screen. But I don't know what the actual print screen button is. Because on a bigger keyboard, I'm using like a 10 key list right now, but on a bigger keyboard, it's like above the scroll key, right? Or something like that. The scroll lock key. I forgot what it was because I haven't used such a big keyboard in a very long time. And I don't know what that is. There was one, I remember opening up my NVIDIA settings while I was in Blender, but I forgot exactly what the hotkey was. Let's see, let's play around and hopefully I don't close anything. Or how about I just Google it? You know what? That's easier. It's Alt-Z? Oh, you're right. It is Alt-Z. Okay. So screenshot, it's Alt F1. That's my screenshot button. Game filters. Oh. Oh, I can record stuff too. It actually opens up very fast. Thanks, Josh and Oathpill, the two Blender people here in chat. I should change the keybind, shouldn't I? I should probably change it because I'm gonna need Alt-Z in Blender if I want to keep continuing using Blender. How do I do that? Settings? Shortcuts. Perfect. What do you guys have it as? Change it to Alt-P? Okay. Alright, it's Alt-P now. Thank you. Because I'm guessing Alt-P isn't an actual hotkey in Blender. That's good to know. I just have it off. I like it though. It's nice to have these options just in case I ever need them. I don't think I'll ever use them, but it's nice to have, you know, just in case. Just in case I want to record anything. Just in case I want to go into, what the hell is this? Photo mode? Game filters? Turn on to customize the appearance of your game. I swear it looked different before. Beware. Why are we bewaring, Liberator? Is the light coming again? It is actually clear parent for Blender, but I never use it. Okay, if you never use it, I'm never gonna use it either. I'm just gonna follow your workflow. Hi Kay, hello, welcome in. You're early. You are early. You usually come like 2 hours later. Good morning? No, good night. Good evening. Good evening to you. So it's the print. Wait, for you mode, it's the print screen system requirement. What is that? Am I reading that correctly? Print screen? No, system. Yeah, system. What is RQ requirement? W, hello, welcome in. Okay, I'm gonna take a look at my NVIDIA settings. Like, when would I ever use record? Because I stream through OBS anyway, and OBS has its own record. That's way better than whatever this is. I guess if we wanted to capture any gameplay and then upload it as a video, it might be useful, but I stream all my games anyway, so that's kind of useless. Instant replay, I don't need that. I don't play League of Legends. I don't need my highlights. Screenshot, that's the only thing that like I will have to remember. Photo mode. Turn on to capture in-game photographs. But most games already have the option to capture in-game photographs. Like if you're playing Where Winds Meet, if you're playing Genshin, if you're playing any character gacha, there's always a photo mode. I play TFT. You're right. But I don't need highlights in TFT. It's weird. You don't, yeah, you really don't. automatically capturing key gameplay moments in highlights. So there's an instant replay and then there's highlights. There's two. I think the only one that I might actually use is game filters, but it's gonna take up more resources on my PC and I don't really want that. So there's really nothing here that I might want to use. Statistics, what's that? Toggle statistics overlay. Oh, that's the one thing I do use. Okay, I do use that because I need to make sure that my FPS is not dropping and my GPU and CPU and latency are, like, I'm keeping track of them because I stream. So, okay, I'm not going to turn that off. Delete Vanguard, please. But what about League of Legends? What about League of Legends, God hands? What if I really want to play League of Legends? What if I want to play TFT? Hello, Anna. Welcome in. Instant replay of the moment you started drawing on the wrong layer. Do that all the time. But it's fun because I end up merging everything anyway into one layer and then I end up drawing on that one layer. Play it right now? You want me to play League of Legends right now? No, you don't. You're just saying that. Riot should really separate TFT and SR. What is SR? Hold on. Let me drink more of my coffee. Play Dota instead. I did get into Dota Auto Chess for a while. I thought that was really fun. But I can't do the MOBA part of Dota. Like, I don't like MOBAs. I heard that recently League of Legends have added WASD keys for movement, and that makes me go and consider playing League of Legends. But at the same time, it's League of Legends. No more League, Grandma. Okay. Welcome to Summoner's Rift. An ally has been slain. That's all you hear. An ally has been slain. 1 month of Dota can last for 2 hours. 1 match of Dota can last for 2 hours. Yeah, no thank you. The reason why I play TFT is because I need a break from it, and 1 game of TFT is 45 minutes. So I know maybe a lot of you guys play games specifically for that, like, what is it, Marvel Rivals, right? Apex Legends, right? Valorant. Some of those games, those rounds are very short. Enemy, pentakill. And then it's over. So it's a good way to take a break from whatever you're doing and just going like, okay, let me just take a 45-minute break to play 1 game. 1 game only. And then after that game is done, you have to go back to doing whatever you're doing. But if a game is 2 hours long, yeah, no, I'm good. Hello, I'm X-Ark. Cressix XXX, and I love League of Legends. Even 1 game of League is very long. I think 45 minutes is pretty long. I prefer things that are, you know, within half an hour. I think half an hour would be a good time because it's like you're separating the hour into 2 and you're not doing like 45 minutes and then 15 minutes. So it's easier to schedule things that way. Unless you lose the game. You lose early and then you end up, that game ends up being half an hour. But if you were to go all the way to the end in your first place, it's 45 minutes. Blood pressure would spike. Don't do it, Grandma. You're right. I'm not gonna do it. You're too old to play those games? Moogie. Moogie, you're not Grandpa. You're not Grandma. You're not like me. You're not hag enough. You can't say that. You're not allowed. You should play Uma Musume. Well, I did at some point. But Uma Musume is even worse than League of Legends for me. Anyone here play Uma? Anyone here is into Uma Musume? Do you understand what I'm talking about? 2 doors. What about 3, Fabio? Because when you play Uma Musume and you go through one race, sorry, like one whole, what is it called? Uma Pyoi. You do, Josh? You go through like one whole, like the entire gameplay loop. Yeah, Uma. When you're done with it, you go, but I want to do better. And then you keep going and you keep going and you keep going and then you get super addicted, and it's more addicting than anything that you've ever played. It's more addicting than TFT. Because you're like, oh, it's just another one. It's really short. And then you end up spending 9 hours in Uma Musume. You wake up in bed, you take out your phone, you launch Uma Musume, and you're like, alright, just one. But then you stay in bed for another one, and then another one, and another one, and then you look at the time and it's like freaking 4 p.m. in the afternoon, and you're like, my entire day's gone and I haven't got out of bed yet. I was still on my phone playing goddamn Uma Musume. It's pure farming. Yeah, it's pure farming. It can last, yeah, Uma Musume can last a day. It's so addicting. It's too addicting for me. I have work to do. Why does Twitch do that? Why does it just add random words to the end of clips? It happened for only one day, Ark, then you deleted the game. Yeah, it was too much. It was too much for me. Okay, to be fair, it wasn't one day, it was 2. It was 2 days, because the next day I woke up and I thought about Uma Musume and I was like, I have to play this game now. Excuse me. Not even fast frames can... What is fast frames? What is that? Never heard of that before. Maybe one day I'll get back into Uma, but there's just so much to do now. It's becoming... The market for gaming is becoming very saturated. Like everything else on the internet. Right? Back then there wasn't a lot of content, and now it's like every month there's a new game that releases that you really want to play, and you're like, but I have work to do, but I have things to take care of, but I have responsibilities. I have so much to do in PGR, and in PGR, yeah, PGR 2, Punishing Grey Raven, that was one of the games I wanted to try playing because they finally released a client, a PC client for it. But I don't have time. And then it's Enfield at the end of this month. And then we got Inscription, and we got Darkwood, and then we got... What is another game that I wanted to do? I wanted to learn Blender. I need to play some Arc Knights. I need to catch up in Limbus Company, Canto 9. Arc Knight's coming, Ananta's coming. Yeah, everything's coming. Game Freak is releasing another Souls-like game. Right, there's so much, guys. There's just so much you want to catch up on. And I'm like, there are games that have already been released in the past, like Expedition 33, that I haven't even played yet, that I don't know if I'm ever going to have the time for it. I learned that Blender was on stream like yesterday. Blender was on Steam. Oh, on Steam. Blender's on Steam? Oh, that's so funny. I didn't know that. Well, I'm learning today. So I'm like, how am I supposed to have any time for anything? Hello, Popopo. Welcome in. I cannot speak that language. English only. So I know what you're talking about. But hello, I'm guessing that's a wave. That's a hello. One game at a time, Arc. Just have fun. No need to rush. Yeah, I'm trying. I don't want to rush. Especially games are supposed to be a way to relax, right? To take a break from all your life responsibilities. It's escapism to a certain extent, and I don't want to treat games as if it's a job, and when you start doing that it becomes not fun anymore, which is why I've dropped a lot of gacha games, because I'm like, dailies are just not it. Dailies are just jobs. It's another job. Or like playing MMORPGs and you're at endgame and the only thing left to do is to do raids and dungeons and join a static, do savage mode raids, do like the extreme trials, talking about Final Fantasy 14, and I'm like, yeah, that's another job. That's another job that I don't want to touch. And then you become increasingly frustrated while you play the game, because you're like, the difficulty has been raised to like a way higher level that you're trying to reach that's more impossible to reach. Kind of like MapleStory does that too, where they're like, you get up to level 240, okay, for instance. It's smooth sailing until 235 or something. And then from 235 to 240, it's like pretty difficult to get. And then from like 240 to like 250, it's like every hour you get like 3 EXP out of 100, like 3 out of 100 for every hour of grinding. So it's like you can't even reach that level anymore because the difficulty curve has just gone like so insanely difficult. And that's like how all games treat you. You're like, okay, it's really easy in the beginning, and then after that it's like, nope. If you don't log into this game every day, you're not gonna reach that level that you want to get to. We're playing MS then? No, we're not. Hi Miko. Good morning. We're not. I do miss MapleStory though, but at the end of the day, it is like a cash money game where the only thing that makes you want to keep playing it is sunk cost fallacy because you spent money in the cash shop, or it's the fact that you like mindless grinding, which I'm not about because I think I could use my time more wisely than mindless grinding. Because every day you gotta log in and you gotta do the bosses. There's the daily bosses, there's the weekly bosses. And it's just the same shit every single day. And I played the class called Ilium, and it was like the most annoying class to play because you're blinking everywhere at the same time, but like controlling your teleports is one of the main mechanics of that one class. And I was like, I suck at this. I can't do this. And you can't just AFK. You can't just AFK grind. You actually gotta manually be there. You have to be there. Manually be there? You just have to be there. Nuance. Immediate positive feedback loop with diminishing return curve into sunk cost. Exactly, that's what it is. That's exactly what gaming is. So like once you get to a certain point, just quit. That's why I always tell you guys that I play games for the narrative storytelling. Because most of the time we get into a game because of the stories that they tell, because of the characters. You end up really liking a character, or you end up really liking the story. And that makes you want to keep going. But once you're done with that, just move on. Move on and do something else. Clive titties. Or Clive's titties. Yeah, if you really enjoyed Clive's titties. Hello, Zachary. Welcome in. Hi, Taktora. If I want mindless grinding, I'll get back into RuneScape. Is that also mindless grinding? I think at a certain point, MMOs are also mindless grinding. Right? The Clitties. Yeah, the Clitties. Meteors falling from the sky. Where? Where's the meteor? The ads? The ads are kind of like a meteor because we're taking a 3-minute break once the ads start. And then you won't see me for a whole 3 minutes. 60 times 3, what is that, guys? What's 60 times 3? 120? 120 seconds? Isn't that scary? Scary to think about. It's all number go up. Yeah, and it is oddly, not oddly, it's satisfying. It's satisfying seeing big numbers. That's what's happening to one of my cousins right now. She's been so addicted to Where Winds Meet. Funny enough, she's an introvert, and she's like, yeah, I don't like talking to people. I have social anxiety. And then she got into Where Winds Meet, and now she's like in the big discords in the community doing freaking call outs for her raids. She's the one doing the call outs. She's the raid leader. And I'm like, what is going on? What is going on with you? Like, I don't know. Character development, maybe? You didn't rate my helmet photo. I don't need to rate your helmet photo. It's a good picture. That's all that matters. We don't need a rating for it. Because if I were to give a rating for it, you're like, what if it's not good enough? Like, what if you have the Asian expectations? Right? you have Asian expectations, Asian parent expectations in your head, and you're like, I have to reach beyond whatever rating that Ark gave me. Even if I were to give you a 10 out of 10, it's like, well, that's not good enough. I need an 11 out of 10. Just say I'm ugly and unk and chopped. I never said that. I think your biker Ark is like doing something for you. I think it's great. Actually, you always had a biker Ark. You were always a biker. Never mind. No. I never said you're ugly and chopped. And unk and chopped. When did I say that? Where wins meet, difficulty is wild. It is. It's once you get to endgame, it's very difficult. And I never want to get there yet. Because I'm enjoying just the explorations and the story. I'm taking my sweet time with the game. I log in once a month. I told my friend to help me out with the game, and I was like, hey, you know, there's like a whole disciple master mechanic in where wins meet, and it was so funny because I was like, what is this? What does this do? And then I told him to enter the master disciple contract with me in the game. And I thought you just click a button and that's it, and then you get the title, right? But no, the game is like, there's a whole ass ceremony, which I didn't know about, because this guy has been like waiting for 20 ass minutes. He's like, where the hell are you, Ark? And I'm like, what do you mean? He's like, the master disciple ceremony. I was like, there's a fucking ceremony for this? And so I had to like go to his location. There's like this whole knighting ceremony. And then you have to like do stuff together to increase the, what is it? Like the level, the master disciple level in order to graduate. And I was like, this is too much. This is too much. I'm logging in like once a month. And so this guy, I remember like I logged in recently and I see a message from this guy and he's like, you have to get to level 55 by the end of today. And I was like, this is so much work. I'm just a casual player. What do you want from me? It's such a good game though. Like you can do everything. A bit of a hassle. Yeah, I'm like finally in the second part of the game and it's just a massive city. It's the Kaifeng city. And if you guys don't play Where Winds Meet, essentially the second area in the game is modeled after an actual city in China. Like it's so goddamn big. Like they have the same monuments and the same buildings. You are exploring like an actual city. So I'm taking my time with that. And there was like bathhouses and brothels, okay? Wait 1 second. There's someone at the door and ads are about to start. Cliffhanger, we're gonna start ads right now. I have to get the door. All right, bye guys. I'm just gonna stay here. I'm just gonna mute myself because I don't want the person to wait that long. My mouse is dead. Are we back? Are we back from the ads? We are. Ads over. Welcome back. Oh, yeah, Where Winds Meet is a Souls-like combat. It's imagine Genshin, okay? It takes the elements of open world and Genshin with exploration. You unlock things by exploring more and finding out more secrets. And then the combat is a little bit like Souls-like. You can also unlock more skills. You can unlock weapons as well. So you don't start off with every single weapon. You actually have to go through the story and unlock them. There's different guilds, like factions, that you can join that do different things. You can move up in your status in the factions, or they're called sects, I guess. Sects? S-E-C-T-S. I'm just gonna call it factions. There's different factions that you can join, and they're kind of like gangs. A sect. Thank you. Yeah, and then there's like different missions for all of the different factions. You can move up. When you first join, you're at the very bottom. They're kind of like gangs in a sense. If you try to leave your sect, your guild members, your sect members will hunt you down. There's a heavenly demon sect. There's a heavenly something else sect, heavenly well, which is like the money sect or something like that, where in order to join you have to have a certain amount of gold in your inventory. You get immortality. I actually don't think there is one like that, at least not yet, but they all do different things. There's actually a beggar sect, I think. Was there? No, there isn't. Was there? I don't remember. You can become sectless. I hate that word. Factions, which actually have gameplay expectations like spending in-game currency, finding people, partaking in like poly relationships. They do different things. I know someone who tried to leave their sect, and then they put you, how they described it was that they put you into an Apex Legends arena. And I was like, what are you talking about? Because I've never actually like joined a sect before. Hello, Chichi motherfucker, welcome in. Got back from work. Hello, now you get to rest. Time for Umapoi? Okay, have fun. What was I talking about? Yeah, there's a harem sect. There is a harem sect, and you have to like have a certain number of romance partners in order to like move up. In the sect, like your mission is to romance people. What are we talking about? We're talking about Where Winds Meet. This is not sponsored, by the way. We're not sponsored by Where Winds Meet. But there's just so much to do. So she said that if you're trying to leave a sect, they put you into Apex Legends arena, and the arena gets smaller and smaller, and you have to try to run away while like other people in the sect, like other players in the sect, try to hunt you down. And it's like Apex Legends because you can grab and loot from chests, and you can have armor, and you can like grab weapons and stuff to try to stay alive. This game has sects. How do you even say that word without making it sound like sex? So if you die, you can't leave. I actually don't know. I don't know what is the rule for that. And yeah, and you can't, if you kill an NPC, or you try to kill an NPC, or you try to steal from an NPC, you get thrown in jail. And depending on how long, like what's the consequences of your actions, it could be a longer jail time. And people can throw rotten food at you. That's true. You can also try to jailbreak. So that's like another achievement that you can do. It's like an MMO setting as well. There's an MMO area, and then there's like a solo player, and you can switch between the two depending on like what kind of gameplay you want. So like it's good for people like me who don't really like the MMO settings. Like I don't like to see players around. I just want to explore the world by myself. I can do that and like go into the solo player instance. And then if you want to play with other players, you can go into like the multiplayer instance. So it's pretty cool. You can also get an outfit from being in jail. There's a jail outfit. Sect. The game has sects. Stop it. I know what you're trying to do. Finally got Yasha Kick. What is Yasha Kick? Is that a Uma? Is that a new Uma? But yeah, and it's also a gacha. It's an outfit gacha. So you can spend currency on different outfits, but at the same time, I don't do that. I don't try Suggs. Yeah. I don't try to gacha outfits just because it kind of takes you out of the narrative. Because everyone, like, imagine everyone around you is just like wearing their regular human clothes, right? You go into Kaifeng, you're going into areas where everyone's poor, the poorer areas, and then you're going in there dressed in your suit, your stupid sparkling white fur. Like, it just takes you out of the game. And so I'm like, yeah, it's like spot the main character and it's like wearing something really strange. So I'm like, I'm still wearing the default gear because immersion, just for immersion purposes. I'm not about to spend money on like really sparkly outfits. MMOs isn't really my thing, which is why I haven't tried it yet. I don't play it like an MMO. You don't have to play it like an MMO. You don't need to see other players around. You can just play it like Genshin, where it's just you exploring and then doing the main story. And the main story is really good. I've been enjoying it a lot. I think it's chapter 1 that got me really hooked in. And then I was going through what people were saying about chapter 2 without spoilers. Everyone was saying that chapter 2 is even better than chapter 1. I was like, no way. No way. Because I really, really, really enjoy chapter 1. The Yashik Rush Kick thing? I don't know what that is. Is that part of the game? Or is that part of Where Winds Meet? Or is it something else? I do find it funny though, whenever people customize a character a certain way. And it's just like you're trying to enter a really like a heartfelt scene or a very tragic scene, and suddenly your character enters in this like duck helmet and you're like, what is going on? Your character's face is like all messed up. You're freaking handsome Squidward, or you're Michael Jackson, or you're The Rock. The 4 forces of the apocalypse. What is it? Michael Jackson, The Rock. Who else do we see? Handsome Squidward and Shrek. Megamind? Oh yeah, Megamind is one of them. Probably not Shrek, probably Megamind. I see more Megaminds than I do see Shrek. Took me forever to finish chapter 1 because I had the difficulty set to remove all the help with blocking counters, so the boss was absolutely demolishing me. You guys know me and how I love to play everything in story mode, so that was me. Like, if you really want the Souls-like experience, you can totally do that. Just like get rid of the dodge assists and the parry assists, and it's going to feel like you're playing like a more Souls-like game. But for me, I'm like, I'm just here for the story. I need my dodge assists. I need my block assists. I'm not about to like struggle in this game. I just want to get through the story. The obsession to hunt whale. Liberator. Is the whale in the room with us right now? Is Pequod in the room with us right now? No? Didn't think so. The hatred upon the villagers. What are you? You eventually switch your story difficulty because I want to get to the new area for my healing weapon. I'm trying to unlock an umbrella. Like, imagine using an umbrella and a fan in a game. I think that's really freaking cool. There's too many games out there is like, here's a sword, here's a giant ass sword, here's a hammer, here's your very typical common weapons, right? Maybe you'll get a rapier. Maybe. But it's always like sword, big sword, sword and shield, and a gun. So I was like, having to use an umbrella as a weapon is so freaking cool. So I'm trying to unlock that. I'm trying to unlock the umbrella, and then you could be like Kagura from Gintama with the umbrella as a weapon. Umbrella is cool. Watch somebody use it today, right? It's so freaking cool because There's one animation with the umbrella where you jump in the air and the umbrella spins, and one of the umbrellas have like spikes at the end of each of the prongs or whatever you want to call it, and it just shoots out at people like freaking Gatling gun. Like, is it an umbrella or is it a Gatling gun? Who knows? It's a mix of both, but it's so cool. The flight system is really cool, just yeeting yourself into the air and being extra as possible about it. Yeah. It is really interesting. And each weapon has their own flight animation. So I found that to be really interesting. Like, there's so much to do in this game. It's probably one of my favorite games right now, but I just don't have time to log in every day. I like log in once every 2 weeks just to go through a little bit of the story and then I stop. And then the side stories are really good too. Like, the side stories should be main stories. They don't really tie into the main stories much, but like they each have their good points. Like, everything, I was like super invested into one side story for a while, and then I finished it and like the entire day has gone past and I'm like, wait, I didn't even get to the main story yet. And this is me, a story enjoyer. I'm a narrative enjoyer, and usually I avoid side quests because I never really have big expectations when it comes to side quests, because at the end of the day they're side quests, right? It's like, oh, it's just filler content, but the filler content is actually good, and I'm like, oh well, now I'm stuck in this game forever. Wish chef setting also opens it up for some silliness. You know, Kung Fu Hustle, I know there's like a lot of references in the game for that movie. Yeah, the Kung Fu Hustle references, like there's mounts where you just run super fast. It's not even a mount. It's like you get the mount and you're just running super fast. You're not mounting anything but your own legs. Or like the Huskies, or there's one where you're like on a goose and the goose is your mount. Like, I love that. And then you can upgrade your mount and you can just have a flock of geese that are following you as you're riding this one small goose. You have 1 foot on the goose because the goose is too small for both of your feet. The most annoying fun thing is the AI conversations. You need to befriend those NPCs. They either troll you for being too dumb or they give you stuff, simply say hi. I've never actually gotten there yet. I haven't talked to any of the NPCs. I do remember receiving gifts from the NPCs, and I'm like, oh, these are cool materials. Thank you. But like, I never got to that mechanic yet. Learning about the world and game through side quests is always interesting. I think so too. The problem I have with like a lot of other open world games is that the side quests don't really, like, you're not invested in them because the NPC looks kind of, I mean, Where Winds Meet has the same problem too, where the NPC doesn't really look very interesting and you're like, I don't know, I don't care who you are. But I think it's really the personality that shines, because they actually like move around and they do stuff and they actually have good dialogue, and you're like, wait, this feels like an actual person and not just an NPC that's like, here's a fetch quest and get me things, because it's never like that. There's always a story to it. A long story. A really interesting one. There's a mount that's a tiger chasing you, and if you have a friend in the mount, they ride the tiger chasing you. Wait, I saw that. It wasn't a tiger, right? It was a jaguar. Was it a jaguar? Maybe it was a tiger. And you're just running really fast. You're trying to run away from the tiger, but it's your mount, and the tiger's just always behind you no matter how fast you run. You are the mount. Yeah, you are the mount. Fun game. Fun game. I was planning on launching it again yesterday because I wanted to take this weekend to not really work as much. 1 second. My throat is going a little dry again. Let me just drink some water. What was I saying? I forgot everything. The moment the coffee entered my system, I just forgot what I was talking about. This is great. I'm trying to like go through the chat to see what we were talking about, but my brain has already it's already gone to the coffee. This is it. Right? This is X-Ark. You guys are experiencing the old brain me, trying to remember exactly what I was talking about. This sucks. Were you talking about game? I know that much, Moogie. Yeah, I know that much. I'm like the lap dumb emoji. That's me. I'm that emote. That exact emote. NPCs, mounts. No, I was talking about something else. I already moved on. Anyways, yeah. If anyone wants a time waster, just play with me. I promise you, it's really fun. I think you finished what you wanted to say. I said, hold on, let me drink coffee because I was in the middle of a sentence, but whatever. Oh no, I remember. I said I was planning on launching it yesterday. Because I wanted... For the weekends, I don't want to work as much. My daily schedule is kind of like I stream, and then I work, and then I sleep. But on the weekends, I do want to take some time to just relax and play some games, whether it is TFT, whether it is... I don't know, what is there? Some other games, Limbus Company, Arc Knights, something. It's nice to have that break. Viper, hello, welcome in. The lion roar was created from an angry wife's shout, so shouting so loud that the whole village can hear. The little dragon girl. The Helen the Choi. I don't know these people. I don't know these characters. Relaxing and rest is uber important. It is. I'm really bad at doing that because sometimes I start a game and then the entire time I'm just thinking to myself, but I could be working. And it's such a bad mentality to have. That's when you become a workaholic and then your entire life revolves around work. And that's it. It's over for you and everything becomes insignificant. And then you go, but what happens if I take work away from me? What else do I have in my life? Nothing. Nothing. You need to spread out your time to do other things. Like not just have like one single thing that you're into, right? You play Arc Knights? Yeah. Will you try Enfield? Hell yeah. I've been waiting for years. I've been waiting ever since... I don't know, like 3 years ago. When did they first announce Enfield? Whenever they first announced it, it was years ago, I think. Before they even released the last game that Hypergriff released. For the PlayStation or whatever. Around 3 years ago. I'm a day one Arc Knights player, but I'm still not max level. Doesn't that suck? Because I don't play enough. I don't play enough games. Kung Fu Hustle is the fated couple. The husband used Tai Chi and the wife Lion Roar. I don't remember it. It's been so long. That's a really old movie. That's what you're talking about, Chichi motherfucker. Kung Fu Hustle. YouTube keeps ear droop suits recommend me Kung Fu Whistle. Kung Fu Whistle. Kung Fu Hustle. There's a lot of movies that I want to rewatch because I don't remember much. Not just for the nostalgia, but it's like, you just want to remember the references. Because they're common references being used in multiple different medias, and you're like, but I remember watching it, but I don't remember anything. The only thing I really remember was the Disney princess movies. The wife who's a landlord, that's the only thing I remember. It's actually, wait, okay, when was it released? Let's see. Release date 2005. It's been 21 years. 2004 in Hong Kong. I probably watched it when it was released in Hong Kong. So I would have watched it in 2004. Good night, Nero. Rest well. Rewatch Supernatural? Or is it Supernature? Thanks to D&D, I need to see some Demon and Witch Hunter again. Demon and Witch Hunter? I'm guessing you mean Supernatural. 21 years. I remember getting into Supernatural, and then I thought it should have ended a long time ago. But they're like, no, we keep going for the fan service. And I was like, no, not like this. No, I just want good story. I think there's a lot of series out there. I'm like, you should have just ended after the first arc. You should have just ended there. Kind of like, I want to say the same for Bleach, the anime Bleach. I feel like the first arc was really freaking good. It was so good, and then they kept going, and the next arcs were just okay. And then they dropped the 1,000-year blood war, and I'm like, okay, that's good shit. But like, they could have just started a whole new series. And same with Naruto. Like, why was Boruto a thing? I'm sorry, but I'm a Boruto hater. Like, I don't think it should have existed. I think he should have just ended it at Naruto and was like, here's a whole new series that has nothing to do with the Naruto world. It doesn't exist to me. La 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 la. La la la. Boruto, what's that? I agree. Hello, Wid's Revenge. Welcome in. You hate Boruto? I think it probably has its own perks and whatever. There's probably a Boruto lover out there somewhere, but if you've started this series with Naruto, if it's been your life, right? It's been part of your life, and then suddenly get into Boruto, it's like, no, stop with this. We don't want this. This is just fan service at this point. The problem with Bleach is so many good characters all at once. Does it become overwhelming? I know, like, the problem I personally have with Bleach is that it follows a very boring narrative writing that a lot of other shonen works also follow, which is there's a problem, right? A problem is introduced, and then the characters go through a training arc, and then they solve the issue through not just the train, and there's some sort of like, they finally figure out their ability that they have to do at the final fight, and it's some sort of like Deus Ex Machina that appears out of nowhere. They like suddenly have this power, and then it's that over and over again. So it's just problem, training arc, final fight, problem, training arc, final fight. And it's boring. Like, give me something more interesting. Like, I'm fine with it, right? Because there's other things that help push the story narrative. But at the same time, the formula is just so overused. Yeah, I have the power of bullshit. I have the power of bullshit and friendship. It's always like that. Fairy Tail is such a common... Like, Fairy Tail does that too. Like, Fairy Tail, the series. Like, a lot of them. I could name probably 5 shonen series, 5 shonen stories out there that uses the exact same formula. Which, I don't know. We need some variation to all of this. They're all good stories, but we need some variation. Yeah, all shonen does that. And why? Because it works, but it's lazy. You like when Fairy Tail is like that? You know, that's fair. That's like, I think the reason why they keep doing it is because people like that formula. But I don't. I'm not like the other girls. I'm kidding. I just want something different. I like it when there's some that are like that, but no, I'm sort of done. I'm done with shonen. I see another shonen work and I'm like, I don't want to watch this because I know exactly what they're gonna do. And they're like, oh yeah, they're in their training arc. The moment I hear training arc, I'm like, all right, I'm dropping it. I love series and titles that follow. I mean, it's not really formula, but Mob Psycho does things a little bit differently. And then I guess after watching Mob Psycho, my expectations of shonen has gone like way up, right? So rather than being like training arc, blah, 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 but it's more of, it feels like more of a test of the characters. There's always a lesson to be learned. Like a lesson of the self rather than a lesson of power, right? It's more of like an inner mental training rather than it is here's a new superpower that I can learn. That's why I love Mob Psycho so much. I think we need more like that. More series that are a bit like Mob. Mob is amazing, it is. I want the MC getting fucked up and the other side characters to help him. Yeah, we need more emphasis on side characters. Any people who watch Solo Leveling, any Solo Leveling enjoyers or readers or watchers here, Solo Leveling had that big problem that I didn't like, where it's just like the main character doing everything. They would introduce a side character with so much potential, right? Like there's the first side character, that one girl. She had so much potential. I was like, I love her so much, and then they just dropped her. You're like, okay, now her character's done. Her character arc is done. We're just gonna drop her. She doesn't exist anymore, and then you never see her again. And I'm like, but I really liked her. Or like, I think Jujutsu Kaisen does the exact same thing. Sentience, hello! Thank you for the raid! Whoa! Raid. Welcome in. What was your retro game that you were playing? We're just talking about shonen manga and I'm ranting again. This is my entire stream. This is my entire persona. I just rant about random things. I was reading it when it came out. I think I sort of finished it. No, I dropped it like at the very end, and then they announced the anime, and I'm like, I'm not gonna watch it. When they announced the anime, everyone was so hyped, but I was like, I'm not gonna watch this. I hated the reading it. I couldn't get through. Like, I feel like Solo Leveling should have just ended after the first part. That's one of the series that I'm like, it should have just ended there. Most of DBZ's main villains are fought by support characters fighting until Goku goes last and saves the day. So Goku is the Deus Ex Machina. Goku's the ones that's like One Punch Man. So One Punch Man is kind of like that too, where it's like support characters fighting, and then Saitama randomly comes in at the very end and just one punches the hell out of everyone. Right? Like OPM. Yeah, I think OPM does the exact same thing, which I think is sort of refreshing because you don't have that whole training arc where the main character is super strong. Solo Leveling's a good intro to manhwa. No, there's better good intros. I will give you better intros to manhwa than Solo Leveling. I think it's just overhyped because it's like, you know, power fantasy and everyone's like, yeah, I love power fantasy, but there's better power fantasies out there. I promise you. God of High School is a lot of other people's intro to manhwa. I heard that it got too convoluted and it got a little bit too messy and it's hard to keep up. Modern day SAO? Kind of. Probably. The art is amazing though. Rest in peace to the artist. I heard that they worked too hard. But yes, I did not like Solo Leveling. I liked it in the beginning when the main character had his own development. That's the thing. When people read stories, they're like, yeah, I want to read about a character improving on themselves. Not just through their physical powers, right? But like mentally. I want to be able to relate to this character in a mental sense, right? For them to feel human. But I think by the end, or close to the end, maybe like from middle to end of Solo Leveling, it's like main character kind of just lost all personality and he's just like, I'm just the all-powerful being. That's just me. That's all I am. I have no personality anymore. Hello Azu, welcome in. Hello Minami. Solo Leveling, the new cure to insomnia. I haven't read it. I wouldn't. It's actually very interesting. Just watching and reading, looking at all the action fight scenes. So I wouldn't call it boring. The story itself is kind of addicting. It's addicting because it's a power fantasy. You're like, I want to see more. I want to see this guy go arise and raise all of the enemies he's killed as his army. Is very addicting, and in fact it would cause insomnia, but like once you take a break, then you start analyzing what you've just read and you're like, yeah, this is pretty shit. Solo leveling is why I keep seeing Necromancer Power Fantasy slot manhwa and got tired of flooding my feed, so I just filtered out all manhwa. Oh no. There's so many good ones though. There's so many good ones, but not like... There's a few Necromancer ones that I read that weren't bad. They were better than solo leveling. For sure. I stopped reading manhwa a long time ago though. It's been a year. I haven't read anything. Really for the spectacle of it, it's not deep. It does try to be. I'm just here for the fun. That's true. If you just enjoy it for that, just for the power fantasy, it's a great power fantasy. As in, if you just want to go in there for the power fantasy, it's there. All of your needs will be met. I love that ideal that MC needs a training arc, but also the side characters and side characters actually do something rather than just a stepping stone. I want the side characters to be a foil to the main character. Like, I want them to have their own stories that the MC can learn from, right? Like, I guess not just a foil. But I want them to push the story along and push the main character along and keep pushing the main character along and not just have their own arc and be like, alright, I'm done. It's time to kill off Nobara from Jujutsu Kaisen because her arc's done. Like, I hate it. It's time to kill off Gojo because his arc's done. Like, I don't enjoy that. Your background's really cool. Thanks. Ethereal Sardines. If you want to know where I got it from, it's from Manghua Studios. Or Dream Studios. You'll be able to find them on Booth and on Twitter and on VGen. If solo leveling didn't look good as it does, I don't think it would have been as popular, so the art team carried it. Yeah, it definitely carried it. Solo leveling's art was like up there. It was one of the best art I've ever seen, actually. Like, it's so clean. It's so clean. Like, I'm an artist myself. I try to make my art clean, but it's one of the most difficult things to do. Pick Me Up was great, but the story quality fell off. Pick Me Up? I've never heard of that one. Pick Me Up. Should we have anime watch nights on Discord with the community sometimes? I don't have time for that, Azu. I don't even have time to finish all of my anime. You guys can host your own though, if you want, which is what I always recommend. If you want to host any community events, feel free. You guys are there anyway. Is X-Ark? Me? I'm not an anime. It's a regression manhwa. Let's see. It's goated with goated art. Oh, you're right. Oh, I do really like the art. It's just funny how, like, the MC, every single Power Fantasy MC just looks exactly the same. It is, every single character looks exactly, he's got the Kirito vibes. Is not regression? Infinite gacha? I think it's, do you think it's the Kirito effect? Is the Kirito effect? Every single MC has, like, black hair and wears all black? Or is it, do we call it the solo leveling effect? Every single, yeah, protagonist has that same haircut, the same clothes, the same, wears the same color, they have the same personality. they're all just Kirito. They're all the same person. The art is really good though. The opposite of cultivation, what does that mean? What is the opposite of cultivation? Like, they just evolve? He gets put into a gacha game, he plays it, has to survive, and it can be pretty brutal. That's like not enough to convince me, but like I might read it anyway. Yeah, the generic OPMC archetype. Trying to find Western animation like Blue Eye Samurai Castlevania, I need the pure action from all the characters, not just MC. I recently finished Pantheon. That was pretty good. It took a wild turn at the end, but like I quite enjoyed it. I enjoyed like the beginning more than I enjoyed the end. I think the end was kind of going into the whole You guys know what I'm talking about if you watch Pantheon. I feel like if I were to say any more, it'd be spoilers. Sweet Home is a good manhwa. Yeah, that's my favorite author. My favorite manhwa author. Sweet Home. They also did Pigpen. They also wrote Pigpen. They also wrote... What's another one? Was it Shotgun Boy or something? But all of their series, all of their titles are really good. Let me see if I can... Yeah, the prequel to it was Shotgun Boy. Yeah, so they did Shotgun Boy, Sweet Home, Pigpen, and I think there was one more that they did. Should have been like 4 or something. Panties on? Panties? Everyone should be wearing some sort of underwear right now. If you're not, I question you. Put some pants on. Please. What do you mean by that? Like they're not just gonna... There's no plot armor, win everything, they need teamwork, like really? I do like those stories. Darwin's Game. A cell phone app that gives players a unique power to use in real life? I think I heard of that one. I think I was going to start that one, but then there was like other ones that I wanted to start, so I didn't read it. Darwin's Game. Was it Darwin's Game? Might have been Darwin's Game. Hi, Broken. How are you doing? Happy Sunday. Or unless it's Monday for you now. Happy Monday. Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday, Monday. Isn't it scary to think that there's only one day left until the weekday? And if not one day, it's like half a day. Happy Monday for you, Sentience. You want people to wear pants on a Sunday? Actually, no, I don't. I mentioned this before, but I think going commando is one of the most freeing things that you can do. Like, I'm not even kidding, guys. If you're living alone, it's like, why bother? Why bother wearing clothes? I mean, you could just wear a pair of panties and just walk around naked. True. Right? Like, no panties, I mean, if you don't want panties. I'm good. But it's so freeing because you're like, I don't feel anything around me anymore. You speak French, right? No, not really, no. Un petit peu. Only a little bit. Only because I live in Canada. Why bother normally? Just let the jimmies... Because if you live with people and other people don't want to look at you naked, then don't go commando. My sister didn't care, so I could just walk around without clothes on all the time, and she'd be like, yeah, I'm used to it. But now that I don't live with just my sister, I live with other people, I can't just walk around naked all the time. Windows? Nobody looks through your window. Well, I guess it depends. If you live in like a apartment condo building, right? If you have a condo suite and you're like somewhere at the bottom where people from other buildings can look in, then yes. Yes, they will look at you and they will see you, but just close the curtains, just close the blinds. It's so easy. But if you're by yourself or with like a sibling or something and they don't give a shit, like my sister, she didn't give a shit. So I'm like, yeah, I used to live like that all the time. Showcase dominance? I don't think it works that way. It's not like a T-pose. No. At the same time, have some shame. You can't just be naked all the time if people don't... And it's called consideration and it's called respect. And it's respecting their personal boundaries as well. And if they feel uncomfortable with you being naked around, then don't do it. There's no shame in the human form. Not everybody agrees with you, unfortunately. Some people might. Self-respect. We have to think about other people around us too, okay, guys? Remember that. Every action that you do, think about other people and how it will affect other people. I am an advocate for kindness and peace and consideration. Right? And empathy. Because if everyone is feeling the self-respect and they're like, yeah, I only want to care about myself. And if everyone around you is also thinking the exact same thing, right? We would have no trust. We would have no trust of our neighbors and our family and our friends, and it's like everyone's gonna be holding each other at gunpoint and be like, who's the first one to shoot? Because once one person starts shooting, the entire world's gonna be up in flames. You're not the center of the universe, no. We're just a cog in the system. We're a cog in the system, and when one cog falls out, then everything falls apart. What is it? What's the other term? One rotten apple spoils the barrel. Right? Think about the other people. I can spark that being naked is normal movement. I mean, you can just go online and be like, hey guys, by the way, I'm a nudist, right? And I want to look for other people who are also nudists and they want to live exactly like me. And then we can all live together, so there's gonna be no shame. So as long as the other person around you is also like, yeah, I don't give a shit, then you know what? Go ahead. One non-Zenless Zone 0 playing Ark ruins the whole schedule. If everyone around me played Zenless Zone 0, except for me, well, no, that's kind of like what's going on right now with League of Legends. All of my friends are playing League of Legends except for me. But it's not really spoiling the schedule because I don't hang around them when they are playing League of Legends. Why are we talking about exhibitionism? Because we were talking, I don't know. Someone said something about, Sentience said something about wearing panties. New Disto Beach. Beachy. Made you say something to be taken out of context just as planned? I thought we were on context. I thought the context was panties. My bad. No worries. We got out of the topic of manhwa and power fantasies. And I haven't talked about going nude in a very long time, but it is a freeing feeling. That's all I'm saying. As long as nobody's watching you, because I remember I said this story before, but I used to live in a community district, right? Kind of like dormitory almost, where all of my teachers lived in my vicinity as well. Like we all lived in the same area, and my gym teacher lived in the building right next to mine, and I could see through his windows all the time. But this guy, like the only problem, I mean the big problem, it's not an only problem, but one of the big problems was that his bathroom had the giant window that was like right across from mine. So like every time he got out of the shower, he didn't bother closing the curtains or anything, so I could see everything. And every time it was like in the view of my living room. So like the moment you look out the living room, like my living room, you could just see my gym teacher's bathroom. Ew. Which I feel like he didn't mind, but come on, like be considerate of me too. And like my family, right? Like I don't want to see my gym teacher naked. Insert 3 eggs into a grape and hard-boiled bread. Why are you hard-boiling bread? Those are not the instructions, not cool. It's insert 3 grapes into a bread and hard-boil the egg. You're getting them mixed up and confused. Switch it around. You're almost there. You're halfway there. 5 out of 10. Now get that 10 out of 10. Make your Asian parents proud. Have some shame, yeah. have some shame. But also, I understand his thinking. Being free is great. Fantasy of at least a good amount of college goers. Yeah, naked gym teachers. That's what we're talking about. Naked gym teachers. But like, I guess one good thing out of it, I mean, not good thing, but like one thing that I'm thankful for is that like the window covers the bottom part. Like, it wasn't like a full window from like floor to ceiling. It was like from middle body to like up. So it wasn't too bad. But still, why would a gym teacher be naked in this? It wasn't in the school. It was literally in his own condo suite. It was in his own apartment. He was in his own personal house, his space. But it's just that he never closed his curtains. Yeah, he didn't close his curtains or his blinds. I didn't even know if he had blinds for his bathroom. That's probably why he never closed it. But it's just like every time he took a shower, it's like, come on, man. Your neighbors can see everything. And I was the neighbor. I was the neighbor who can see everything. Hard-boiled grape? No! No, you got that wrong. You got that wrong. Turn it around. Hard-boiled egg. Write this down. Pen. Pen paper. Now, hard-boiled egg. Insert three grapes into bread. It's not that hard. Not that hard. You be throwing salt at the gym teacher? You also saw everything. The gym teacher is everything? Boiled cheese, taste the egg. Have you guys boiled cheese before? I mean, I guess so. If you made like mac and cheese, you're essentially boiling cheese. If the pasta's wet. Hard-boiled pen, insert paper into bread. No. I should stop talking. I'm gonna zip up my mouth. Don't get your pen and paper. My bad. Instructions unclear, right? Just take grape, bread, egg, and just, you know what? I'm just gonna eat it raw. You know what? Just give the entire thing to me. I'm just gonna shove it in my mouth. But yeah, mac and cheese is just boiling cheese, isn't it? Because first, okay, these are the instructions. Let's get rid of the grape. Let's get rid of the egg. Let's get rid of the bread. We're gonna think about pasta. We're thinking about cheese. We're thinking about salt. You boil the pasta, right? And then you strain it out. You strain out the water. Water is gone, but the pasta is still somewhat wet. And then you throw all your cheeses in, and then you throw some like milk, dairy, cream, whatever it is, and then you just like one pot stir, and all of that heats up. The cheese heats up. It's essentially being boiled in water almost. And then you get mac and cheese. You put some bacon in there too, or some sausages. If you want, just throw in some cauliflower as well. Cauliflower mac and cheese is always great. Don't rate this. Now you have bad luck curse. Oh god, oh no. You can undo this curse by spinning around 3 times while screaming. Well, I can't scream right now because there's people around me. I live with other people, but I can spin around. I can spin around, but you won't see me spin around. So there's no witnesses. So I'm just gonna be cursed forever. Instructions unclear, soggy bread soup. Ew, Josh. If you boil bread, you're gonna be making bread pudding. Wet the dry, dry the wet, wet the dry, dry the wet, wet the dry, dry the wet. Cursed it is then. I'm just cursed forever. Cursed until I spin around 3 times while screaming. Thank you, Elliot, the plague doctor, for cursing me. A bechamel for the cheese? What is that? Don't just throw cheese into pasta. I guess you have to like cut it up and stuff. You gotta grate it. It's easier. What is bechamel? Am I even pronouncing that word correctly? What is that word? Wait, those are wings. What are you talking about? I do have wings. Yeah. Hi, Ravi. I have wings. You want to see my wings? How do I make myself smaller? Yes? Yeah, I have wings. I'm a dragon, guys. I'm not an elf, I'm a dragon. I have dragon wings and I have dragon feet. have fangs. I don't know if that counts. Can you tell I'm a dragon with just fangs? Probably not. It's like, what are you? What creature are you? It's roux plus milk. Oh, so it's any sort of cream or milk. Hold on. Let me search this up. One of the 5 essential mother sauces of classic French cuisine. Do I pronounce it as bechamel? A French white sauce. You can use it in lasagna. That was a bird. God damn it. Is it because of the wings? Because I have feathers everywhere? It's butter, flour, milk, salt, nutmeg. Oh, so you mix flour into the milk and so you make it creamier. There's actually there's no cheese in here. So you make this first. And then you put it in with the cheese. Oh, didn't know that. I kind of just one pot my mac and cheeses all the time. I don't make the roux. Like a penguin or a chicken, the one that doesn't fly. What about me is penguin-like? What about me is bird-like, actually? Actually, maybe I can sort of see it. Stares at myself. It's bechamel. Or is it bechamel? Where's the accent? What's the accent on? Pronunciation. There we go. The wings thingy. I need to put in my earbuds. We gotta listen to this. It's bechamel. It's bechamel. Bechamel. The wings thingy. I do have wings, yeah. They're not bird wings, though. A mecha penguin. Wait, you're right. You're right. I do see a mecha penguin, but with wings. I'm just a mecha penguin. My internet got so dookie after seeing the wings, I gotta listen to 160p ARC. What happened? Not the dookie internet. Anyways, ads are about to start. I need to pee. I will be back in 3 minutes. Okay? Everybody get up and stretch. The Enfield penguin protagonist. Is administrator a penguin? Alright, goodbye guys. See you. How do I leave? How do I leave? Yeah, I was making my egg grape sandwich. It's like raisin bread, but instead of dried grape, it's just regular grape. And if you think about it, it's not too bad. Because it's like having grape and crackers and cheese. Right? Is it good? I don't know, I've never tried it. That's why you guys are supposed to make it for me. Were the grapes boiled? No, it's just grape. It's just regular grape. Grape with eggs? Yeah, I know it. You've never had grape with eggs before? Boiled egg is bad already, methinks. Well, if you boil the egg, you chop it up, and you mash it up, and then you add a little bit of mayo. It's not too bad. And then you can add a little bit of parsley in there, some other spices, and then there you go. You got an egg salad. Easy. A good boiled egg turns it into egg salad. And then you shove it on bread. You shove it in bread, then you got an egg salad sandwich. And then you have that with grapes. And if you want, you can have it with cheese too. It sounds foul. What? Vess, you've never had egg salad before. You boil the egg, take the yolk out, put a grape in there. You come up with the best ideas. What do you mean, ew? No! Wonderful ideas. Here, I'll show you a picture of an egg salad. Here, this is essentially what we're gonna make if you guys have given me a hard-boiled egg. Right? This is what we're gonna make. We've got the whole... Is this gonna work? My internet's lagging. It doesn't want me to show you the pictures. Here's it. Egg salad. An egg sandwich. It's an egg sandwich. Did I save this image? No, I didn't. Here. Ryder Adrift, hello, welcome in. Darky DeVito. That's not me. I don't know who the hell that is. You're scared? No, it's just egg and sandwich, guys, and mayo. Why are you scared? You shouldn't be scared. It's not like I'm going commando or something, like I said earlier. Look, this is an egg sandwich. Have I tried century? I love century egg. I come from Asia, Vess. Century egg is part of my diet. I eat it all the time. In fact, I have century egg in the fridge right now, in porridge. In my congee. That's why I asked. I can have it for lunch if I wanted to. I have leftover congee with century egg in there. Shivering in my timbers. Don't be scared, Scampy Doo. It's just egg. I might lurk but not chat. Have a good rest, Azu. Enjoy the rest of your day. Egg Sammies aren't bad, right? This looks good. You could essentially replace the egg with anything. You just mash it up and add a bit of mayo. Like, you could do that with your... It's like what Soy Boy made a few days ago with his chickpea sandwich. Just do that with chickpeas. You can do it with tuna. You can do it with egg. You sound like you really don't like egg, Vess. There's nothing wrong with it. Have you tried salted duck egg? That's pretty good too. Now I'm getting hungry. It is almost lunchtime. 20 minutes and I'm leaving, guys. You guys get me for another 20 minutes. I don't see grapes arc. Or, okay, okay. Here. I'll give you your grape. Have you guys tried, what's it called? Muscats? Those are my favorite. Because the skin just peels off. You just get the jelly insides of the grape, and it's one of the best things. It's just jelly. It's just nature's jelly. That's what it is. Image. I'm giving you guys your grape. Do you see it? Why is it like that? I thought this is transparent. I thought this image was transparent. They hate me. This image hates me. You're like, here's an image that's not actually transparent. It's fake. It's fake transparency. They lied to me. Here's another one. Here's a better one. They just put the transparent background on there. Because we got to put this on the plate, okay? There it is. God, this is massive. Here, now it's on the plate as well. There it is. That's our grape. Where do you want to put it? Right there. Right? Seems tasty. So we just have this with the sandwich. You don't necessarily have to put it in. I might. You know, we got a min-max food. It's all gonna end up in your stomach anyway. You might as well just put it all in the same sandwich. Do I need to grow all of these ingredients to make the sandwich? No, just get it from the grocery store. Josh, go to a convenience store and maybe they'll have it too. These are very simple ingredients. You can find these anywhere. It doesn't have to be as fancy as this, you know what I mean? Like there's watermelon, what are they called? Watermelon slices? What are these called? Watermelon radish. Or are these apples? Watermelon radish. Yeah, it's a watermelon. It looks like watermelon radish. No, it might not be. How do you fit the sandwiches into a grape? No, it's the other way around, Tektora. You gotta put the grapes in the sandwich. You can slice these in half, okay? Slice each individual grape in half and then shove it into the sandwich and then take a giant bite and you get like the crunch, you get the smoothness from the egg, you get the crunch of the lettuce, you get everything. Do you eat something like this every breakfast but not together? No, I'm just gonna skip breakfast. This is my lunch. Stop trying to change my mind? No! I'm here to hypnotize you and for me to put ideas into your head. That's my job. That's the job of a streamer. I'm wriggling my fingers around. You can't see it, but I'm like trying to get into your brain right now. Get hypnotized. Get hypnotized. Let me get rid of these. Remove images. Yeah, I'm brainwashing chat. It's not Stockholm's sandwich because you are free to leave if you don't want to get hypnotized, but the fact that you guys are all here right now tells me that you guys want to get hypnotized, that you guys want to be influenced by the streamer, that you want to have my ideas being put into your head. Become a changed person. What are we talking about? Grapes and sandwiches. I have no idea. Gesticulation is not an effective hypnosis technique. What do I need? Do I need a pendant or something? Okay, guys, this is what we do. Relax. Relax in your chair. Breathe in. And then breathe out. Breathe in. Count to 4. 1, 2. And by number 4, you will be completely relaxed. 3, your body is relaxing. 4, now you feel your shoulders slump. You feel your eyelids drooping. You are completely relaxed. Now, what I want you to do is to get up from your chair and to go to the kitchen and find 3 grapes. Once you have those 3 grapes, put it inside bread. Are you doing that right now? Completely relaxed. Now take an egg, put it in a saucepan, fill it up with water, now boil it. Are you done? It should be done boiling right now. Now walk away from the kitchen with the food items in your hand. It may be scalding hot, but you can deal with it. You got this. You have God hands. Cricket is good. You have God hands. Right? Now sit down and give me the food. Now, on a count of 5, you will open up your eyes again, and you have done the deed that I've told you to do. 5, 4, your eyelids are slowly opening. 3, 2, you are unrelaxing. 1. Now, was that so hard? You're being hypnotized to eat cursed food? No, you're giving it to me. I'm the one eating it. You don't have to eat it. You're fine. I'm the one putting it in my mouth. I'm the one being cursed, not you. You're just giving me the food because I need lunch. I need food right now. In 15 minutes, I am leaving for food. It's my breakfast now? God damn it. Instructions were unclear. Sorry, let's do it again. 1. I'm kidding. No more. I guess I gotta work on my hypnotizing skills. I'm not good enough. I need to be better. I need to like entire script so I'm not stuttering over my words. I can't be like, and then what do you do again? What are the steps again? I forgot. Instructions unclear. I just gotta order Uber Eats. You know what? That's fine too. Can you order me some Uber Eats as well? If you're gonna order Uber Eats for yourself, you might as well order 2. Save on the delivery costs. Right? You will play League of Legends. Did you get that? Welcome to Summoner's Rift. You're already in the game, it's too late. Goth Dragon hypnotizes you so that you'll make her a sandwich. ASMR RP. What if that's gonna be the next voice pack that I release? Because you guys spent so much points on the community challenge on Twitch a few months ago, which I haven't even released a voice pack for it yet. That's gonna be the next one. Goth Dragon hypnotizes you to make her a sandwich while she plays freaking League of Legends. It's gonna be League of Legends ASMR. Not the Rift? No, you're already in there, it's too late. What do you mean, not the Rift? What do you mean? There's no not the Rift. It's only the Rift. You're stuck in the Rift forever, Ravi. You're stuck in there forever. You can't leave. Are you a dragon because of League? No, I'm a dragon because of friggin' Arknights. This is torture, Grandma. It's too late. Bae, we all need to know a little bit of suffering in order to enjoy life. You need to have a balance of both. You need suffering and you need pleasure. If you have too much pleasure, it's too much dopamine, you're gonna have a dopamine imbalance in your system. Then that's all you're gonna do. You're just gonna be like, you're gonna be like needing more and more dopamine every single day in order to like feel happy again. No, you need suffering and you need happiness. You need both. That's why there's yin and yang. That's why the yin and yang exists. You need a good balance of everything. If you take one part of the puzzle away, it's just gonna be chaos. It's gonna be chaotic inside your body. You speak oddly much about League nowadays. Are you hiding something from us, Ark? I never hide anything. I always tell you guys, League of Legends is my favorite game. I lied. It's not. But, you know, sometimes the streamer lies, even though the streamer always speaks truth. I say both. I'm just, hypocrisy. I'm walking hypocrisy. I ate 1 piece of bread with a grape. I said 3, Scamby-Doo, not 1. 3! 3 of them. Shove it in your mouth right now. Yeah, what if I'm queuing ranked? What if once 12 noon hits, I'm not going to be going to eat lunch. I'm going to be launching League of Legends. I'm going to be playing a ranked game. I'm going to do my placements. Just go live and tell lies? Yeah. Exactly. That's what streamers do. That's exactly what they do. That's what I do every single day. Just come on here and I start spewing out lies. Canto 9 is scary. Is it? I can't wait. Part 2 is already out too, right? Part 2 is already out. I could be playing it right now. Goth Dragon Auntie hypnotizes you to make her a sandwich while she queues into a match of League of Legends. That's the longest YouTube title ever. But it would work. What was the other one? What was my first voice pack? What was it called? Let's go into videos. Your morbidly sarcastic goth dragon childhood friend became a cynical, over-caffeinated barista and now uses their dubious position of questionable power to relentlessly, unnecessarily mock you while you awkwardly and pathetically attempt to order a single cup of coffee. It has to be better than that. If we're gonna go for a second one, it has to be better. The one where you yelled at us? Yeah, that one. I didn't yell at you guys. There was no yelling in the VA, in the voice pack. Did you hear any yelling? No. It was just me insulting you over and over again. It was great. I had so much fun recording it. We could do it again. Part 2. Your morbidly sarcastic goth dragon childhood friend became a cynical, over-caffeinated barista and now uses their dubious position, questionable power to relentlessly and unnecessarily mock you while you awkwardly and pathetically attempt to order a single cup of coffee. Part 2. A second cup of coffee. Yeah, not knowing what venting means. Guys. When is the next one? I have a script ready. It's not going to be as... What's the word for it? I won't be insulting you, don't worry. Moogie says no more insults. I'm done. I'm done feeling pathetic. I'm done feeling pathetic. I just want to listen to something where I don't feel like I'm being put down over and over again. Do you like the arc alarm? This one will be a little bit longer. I will try to make it a little bit longer. Just say, get up, soldier. We got work to do and people will be hype. I can't imagine myself saying that because I cannot yell. Like I've tried. I don't have the soldier voice. That's the problem. I think my voice is just naturally like what it is right now, and no matter how loud I try to yell, I can never project it enough. Like recently, if you guys have been following my singing journey, I've been learning how to fry scream, but it requires a lot of diaphragm power. It requires a lot of vocal power, so like my screams are super soft and I can never project them. I can't do it. I can't scream. The softer voice makes it scarier, it's more menacing. Good. I can help with that, Grandma. You help me with screaming? How? Say in a monotone, serious voice and it'll be equally as scary? Maybe. We could totally try to do that. Sound like the girl making people crazy. Renee? Reze? Reen? Who? With the soldier voice? Ow. I just need to become a soldier for a day. I want to learn to do it fully as well. Fry screaming. There's a lot of things I want to learn. But we're gonna focus on one thing at a time. And with music, it's still there. But my priority right now is Blender because of commissions. I'm on a deadline. Just play ranked League for a month and you can have death metal screaming. I actually don't mold when I play games, or at least not too much. So like, you know, imagine you're a gamer, like you're very typical gamer, and like they get to a part in a game where it makes them really angry and they start yelling. So put me in that situation. In a situation where I might be molding, and instead of molding, I just like get up from my chair, I close out the game and I walk away. That's me. I don't have the Tyler 1 yelling. I can't do it. I think it makes me more angry. I don't think I can yell at all. Every time I get angry, I just go, oh, it's time to step away because I feel bad. I feel terrible. I feel stressed and I do not like it. I do not like it. And so I get up and I walk in the opposite direction. I used to mold a lot, but then I stopped playing competitive games. I'm not really a molder. Like even in regular situations, in situations where I feel frustrated, right, I usually just walk away, or I'm going a different direction. I remember the most recent argument I had was online on Discord with someone, and then literally I just went, I'm hanging up. Like, I can't talk to you anymore. I'm going. I'm leaving. And then I just hung up on them. I just left. I still play fighting games, but if you lose, that's a you issue. I think that's also why I can't play competitive games, because when I get emotional, I just like shut down. I just leave. I would just feed. That's why I don't play League of Legends, even though I say League of Legends is my favorite game, because I just end up feeding. I just go, I give up. I'm not doing this anymore. So I just let the game run for itself. Scream at them in lowercase. In lowercase, I guess so. Yeah, I just int. That's what I do. I just int the entire game. I'm not a good League of Legends player. I'm terrible. Ark like League in concept. I like TFT, which is different, but a lot of you guys are equating TFT to League, so I'm like, you know what, fine. I'll start calling it League of Legends from now on. But it's actually Teamfight Tactics that I really like playing. It's Teamfight Tactics. The one Scion who tilted and went 0-28-0 on purpose? That's me! That would be me! When I lose, I just think about what I could have possibly done better instead of raging. That's, you know what? That's a better mentality than me, because I'm a quitter. I quit so easily. I quit so fast, which is why I'm never able to finish any Souls-like games. Because the moment I play any Souls-like game and like I get to a boss and I can't beat it, I just quit. I silently rage and then I quit and I go, I'm never touching that ever again. Hollow Knight. The Radiance fight. I just gave up. I'm like, I'm just gonna go watch the ending on YouTube. I'm gonna see someone else do it, and that's it. I'm not doing this again. Stop playing MOBA. Any game that my effort's not changing anything, so just stop and play where wins meet, or game with a friend like Monster Hunter Wild. Yeah, those are always fun. I don't think molding is actually a good way to enjoy a game. I think once you start feeling frustrated from gaming, that's when you should like step away, because gaming at the end of the day, you think about it, right? Gaming is a way for you to just enjoy your time and not, and you know, de-stress. Gaming is for de-stressing. Gaming is to have fun, but if you're not having fun, then take a break. Do something else. That one Chinese chess player who sat outside analyzing how he lost. I didn't actually see that video. I don't know who that is. But I like that more than molding. This is what I think about all the time. Sometimes I observe people yelling and throwing a tantrum. I'm like, is that really gonna help you with anything? No, not really. Like, is you yelling gonna make things better? Not really. If anything, it's gonna make the situation worse. Right? It's gonna make other people around you feel worse. It's gonna make you feel worse, and then you're just gonna spiral out of control. So the best thing to do is just to disconnect for a little bit and be like, how about we just do something else? And then go back to it once you're in a better mental state and be like, let's try this again. Let's try this again while I'm feeling happy and a little bit more motivated. Then we have Dark Souls, Elden Ring, where skill issue. I couldn't finish Elden Ring because of that. I was like, I can't do it. This is too hard. It's too hard. I'm gonna quit. I'm a quitter. 90% of Souls-like game is finding a way to the bosses. I couldn't do it. Lies of P was that for me? Was it difficult? Is Lies of P more difficult than Elden Ring? I always thought Lies of P was easier, but I don't know. I'm not sure. It's harder. Have you guys played Neo? It's more difficult. Oh god, thank goodness. I was actually thinking of getting it when it was on sale, and I was like, maybe not. Maybe I won't get Lies of P. Because the second one came out, right? Was it the DLC? The DLC came out? The second part? Okay, I'm just not meant for Souls-like. I'm not meant for Souls-like. I cleared Elden Ring so you can Ark. I think I can clear it if I were to use certain, like, the more meta builds, but I am definitely not a meta user. I see cool looking pointy sword. I'm Dex build. I'm Dex build that refuses to rely on the, what's it called? The dodge? The damage over time? The blood thing? So I just do puny damage and I go, okay, I'm done. No more. Hello, Ivan. Welcome in. Everything is meta in Elden Ring if you level it up. I had the highest level I could go with my weapon. I was on that part. If you guys are wondering, if you guys have played Elden Ring, I got up to the point where there's like 2 horses. There's the 2 soldiers on the horses in front of the gate. Or something like that, and I couldn't beat the both of them. Like, 1 horse was enough, and they're like, here's another one, and I'm like, nope. I'm not doing it. Magic Missile. Magic Missile is really weak. I use it a lot, though. Just enjoy a game where you can keep retrying, just slows down a bit, improve myself. So yeah, Elden Ring, Dark Souls, the game you can improve critical thinking, Dex build. Dex Bleed was one of the metas, and I was like, no, I'm not doing that. I just want regular Dex build. Just the regular one. Have you played Kingdom Hearts? I didn't have access to Kingdom Hearts back then. As in, the only way I could play Kingdom Hearts is if I were to play Kingdom Hearts in Japanese. But Kingdom Hearts is not a game that you enjoy in Japanese because unless you understand Japanese, which I didn't. I tried to get into Zelda too, and then I got one of the games. I got Twilight Princess, but it was in Japanese, and I was trying to understand everything, and I couldn't. So I gave up on the Zelda games as well. Kingdom Hearts will annoy you. Good thing I didn't play it. I ended up giving away my PS3 to someone who ended up getting Kingdom Hearts, so I was kind of like understanding the game through them. Will they ever voice the Zelda games? I don't know. What is it? BOTW? What is that called again? I don't think I'm gonna be playing Zelda on stream. Yeah, Dragon Girl, I'm back, but I'm leaving now. Goodbye, everyone. I'm leaving. I'm eating lunch. I'm hungry. You're already voiced Breath of the Wild? Breath of the Wild's right. I played a bit of Wind Waker. I played Wind Waker. Where was it? Did I have a Wii? Yeah, I'm leaving you guys. You guys can live for another few hours, right? Oh, I guess. You sound so disappointing. I will enjoy my grape sandwich. I'm actually not having grape sandwich because you guys didn't make any grape sandwiches for me. I said you guys should be making grape sandwiches for me, but no, I didn't get any. So I'm gonna have some, what am I having? Fries. I'm gonna have some fries. Kimchi and fries. Leftovers. Goodbye. Let's see who is streaming right now. Your hypnosis was too weak. I should try harder next time. How do you start hypnosis anyway? I think I got the starting part, but I don't think I have the middle part. I had to do something like snap your fingers for me to get you guys to do stuff, but can you guys hear this? That's what I need to do. I'm gonna like introduce this every so often. Every time I say something, I'm gonna start going until it becomes, what is that term? What is that term with a dog? And then you just become conditioned. Stream's ending? It is. Pavlov's, yeah. I'm gonna train you guys like dogs. Pavlov dog. Conditioning. Right, the snap. Start doing that. Alright, raid channel. Who's streaming now? It's Sunday, so we're gonna find more people streaming. Rem's playing Stardew Valley. We're gonna raid into a comfy stream. We're gonna go raid into Rem. Remember our cat boy. Cat boy, femboy, cute boy. Vtuber. PNG tuber. Starts... No, I'm not gonna say it. Enjoy your lunch, thank you. Alright, enjoy your day while I enjoy my lunch. We gotta enjoy something together, okay? Go enjoy the rest of your day. Go rest if you need rest. Goodbye, guys. I will see you guys tomorrow. I'll try to put up a schedule tonight. In the same format on Discord. It's only gonna be on Discord until I figure something out. Goodbye for forever. Good night. Goodbye.